Alright, so we've got improvements to the Fate of the Vaal League. It's been around 1 week since the launch of the Fate of the Vaal. What? And a lot of our focus has been around fixing technical problems with the launch, including crashes and bugs. However, after looking at feedback, we also have a lot of improvements to make to the league, so it's time to talk about them. A consistent bit of feedback we have received, and I saw the Ziz video, I don't know if you saw the Ziz video about this, where it was just like, his whole temple got wiped. That was ridiculous. Did you see that? So he fought the architect and his entire temple got wiped. But anyways, let's get back to the notes. I felt bad for the guy. Oh man, that was rough. Received is that the rewards for the temple are not high enough, particularly in the endgame. The rewards simply don't scale enough to make temples worth doing currently. In order to address that, we are making a bunch of changes. First of which is buffing the mods that rooms add to the temple. So we are approximately doubling the values on existing modifiers applied to the temple at all room tiers. The Spymaster, Golem Works, and Thaumaturgy rooms apply bonuses to other specific room types in the temple. The Corruption Chamber room at tier 3 now also adds a Corrupted Abomination to the temple. The Spymaster room at tier 3 now also adds an Unchained Beast to the temple. A Golem Works room at tier 3 now also adds a Royal Sentinel to the temple. A Generator room at level 3 now also adds a Royal Colossus to the temple. The Sacrificial Chamber room at tier 3 now also adds a High Priest to the temple. The Thaumaturge room at tier 3 now also adds a Quadrilla Sergeant to the temple. The Alchemy Lab room at tier 3 now also adds increased gold found. Nice. And I know nobody really cares about gold, right? But I like gold. The Treasure Vault room now also adds 25% rarity of item drops to the temple. Now this is, I think, the biggest one, because an increased rarity across like 14, maybe even 20 rooms is pretty good. Especially if you're fighting like rares and elites in every single room, if they're all at tier 3, which is awesome. We also had some crafting benches for Exalting, Vaaling, and Alchemy that didn't allow you to take their craft as currency. I hate this. I want this changed, and it looks like they're changing this, but only for the endgame. We didn't want you to be able to take these as currency until the after the events of Act 3, but this never got implemented. But now, after Act 3, Exalt, Vaal, and Alchemy crafting benches will allow you to take their currency. This is a huge change in my opinion. Like, this will make you want to do temples more, I think. You're guaranteed Exalts, you're guaranteed Vaals, you're guaranteed Alchemy Alchemy. So I think this is like the biggest change by far, and it's going to be awesome. We still want the temple to scale even harder in the endgame though, so we wanted to make another change. Added a medallion which will add random Waystone modifiers to your temple that last for 10 temple runs, allowing you to make it more difficult and rewarding. Be careful though. You can get some dangerous modifiers. We also wanted to make it a bit easier to get the specific rooms you need to get a certain combo. Added a medallion that allows you to reroll rooms waiting to be placed. Nice. So you have the opportunity to get higher combos because of that. Another concern the players had was that defeating the architect was resulting in too much progress loss. I can guarantee you they watched that Ziz video and they were like, oh my god, we gotta change this. Poor guy spent all his time and he's like, got screwed. His entire temple got deleted and the rewards were not worth it. To improve that, we're making the following changes. Having the number of rooms that are removed when defeating the architect, allowing reward rooms placed from the architect's console to connect to any other adjacent room, not just paths, making them easier to claim, allowing the architect to connect to any other adjacent room. The tablet research vault room, crafting outcomes can no longer destroy tablets. The uniques vault room now excludes more common uniques at the level of temple increases as the level of temple increases. The extraction chamber is now significantly rarer, and you cannot get offered more than one of these at the console table. We also heard feedback that rewards from the in-world encounters were not high enough in the endgame. In order to address that, we made another change. After completing non-boss Fate of the Vaal encounters, a chest will now rise out of the center. Okay, so every time you do a non-boss Fate of the Vaal encounter, a chest will now rise out and drop some items. In the campaign, this will be magic chest, but in the endgame, it'll be magic or rare. These changes, along with some others, will be deployed after patch 0.0 or 0.4.0c tomorrow, There are still a few other improvements we want to make to the Fate of the Vaal, but they will need to wait until a future patch. Thank you all for all the feedback. So this is pretty big from GGG, I would say. They're probably all looking forward to their Christmas break, and it's well-deserved patch. This patch has been amazing, or this league so far, in my opinion, has been amazing. It's just that, unfortunately, the temple itself was not as rewarding as it should.